I want to go back to like the original models, like, 2,500 square feet, 3,500, whatever. That's not working. How did affordable work? Right. Cause I'm just thinking, forget about modular for a second. I'm just thinking about home building. Home builders keep going bigger and bigger and bigger. It's the only way to make profit. There's not enough entry level new homes being built across America. So how come like it's inverted here? How come it did work in your favor? Can you dive a little bit into like the economics there?
Well, I think, look, the reason why I'm going to answer you like from the backside. So the reason why I think there's not more affordable housing is because builders all work on a margin, right? I mean, everybody works on a margin, but affordable housing, or I think what I want to call, and Judy Friedland coined the phrase, I don't even want to take credit for it, Judy's the one that came up with it, is attainable housing. So workforce housing. And so the reason why nobody was building it is because if you go to true affordable, there's lots and lots of subsidies, and there's all these things that, people are accessing, which is, low income housing. And then you have market rate, like high end market rate housing. And so where there's a much larger profit margin. So I think the reason why, if you're building a home for, $200,000 or $300,000, you're making a very small margin. And so you have to make more, you just have to make more of them, right? So modular, that's where modular starts to make sense, is like if you can start to churn out, if you're building a home and you have, let's just call generously a 6-month build period, right, for a regular home, which is probably even long, short, probably 7, or I see Mark shaking his head. So maybe 7 months or even 8 months is more realistic. How many of those can you build at once, right? Like you could maybe build 8, right? Unless you bring in like an army of people, which today is like virtually impossible to even find that many people. Mm-hmm. So that's where modular starts to make sense, is it's just a matter of volume. So,
and let's even take it one step back for someone who's never heard the term modular. What define that? This is blowing my mind. I've never heard this. Start at square one.
It's really
here.
important. I want to thank you for asking that question, because it's very frustrating. So you have a mobile home, which is like, I think everyone can picture that. It's like an RV. You have a manufactured home, which the term manufactured home can really span a very large range of quality. Anything from like a manufactured home can be anything that's a mobile home that literally someone like sticks on blocks, to up to a pretty high. I mean, there's some relatively high quality manufactured homes. And then to me, the modular is like at the higher end. So modular implies that essentially it is everything that you would get on a site built home. It just happens to show up in pieces. So that's kind of the range, at least how I look at it. I mean, some people may say, well, you're technically a manufactured home, which we are. I don't like to use that term because I think there's like a little bit of the quality connotation's not quite there. So for us, we view our product as it's indistinguishable from a site built home. Just happen to show up in a day.
Got it. And then what is like the finished product then? Like walk us through like square footage, type of finishes. Just, is there, just put it on a slab. Like what is it, like a good like example that would highlight, hey, this is what we build?
So our standard product, what we call our starter home, is a 1,730 square feet home. It's a 3-bedroom. We have kind of 3 ranges. We have a 3-bed, our starts at a 3-bed, 1.5 bath. And then we go all the way up to like a market rate product, which is a 3-bed, 2.5 bath. And they're all kind of on the same chassis, if you will. So the 3-bed, 1.5 bath, you end up with slightly larger bedrooms, but you don't get the sort of the benefits of the master. I guess now they call it a primary bath. So, the benefits of a master bath or whatever. And then, other than that, they're all the same. And the goal is to truly make it indistinguishable from a site-built home. If we use standard building product, I guess this is really important. Also, people always get confused. So we work with structural grade metal studs. So the stuff that we build with, you could literally build a 15-story building out of the material. We use same drywall that goes into a site-built home. We use the same exterior drywall. We use insulation. We use everything is copper plumbing, PVC drains, copper wiring, all in electrical conduit. It's actually better though, because one of the things that we've been really trying to do is really focus on like a green component. So we have our walls exceed insulation requirements on our walls. We exceed insulation requirements in the ceiling. We also have because the way our product is built, we have a continuous layer of rigid insulation board. So the house, by doing that, you get the standard insulation that you would get in the wall, plus you get the rigid continuous layer of rigid insulation really helps seal the house. So, between those two things, and then we also do an R50 in the roof. So the house is very comfortable. And then windows we buy our windows from Climate Guard. I've been buying windows from Climate Guard for decades.